Welcome to the Arsenal Present. How we doing this beautiful Saturday morning? What are we discussing today? We are going to discussing the potential keyword potential exit of MS Smith-rowe. According to reports and rumors and murmurings, the Arsenal hierarchy will be having conversation with this entourage to decide its future. When it comes to that, we can actually deduce and begin to look at it. There's a potential parting of ways between Arsenal and Emil Smith-rowe. Some of you might not like it. Some of you are overly attached to certain players, which I understand. But I don't see the logic in getting overly attached to players. Players come and go. Let's pause for there. Let's pause. Before we continue this conversation, let's adhere to our protocol on this channel. Like the video, very, very important. Subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Let me reiterate that. Like the video, very important. Subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Now, Smith-rowe is a very good player, in my opinion. Top talent. Some of you argue him and Saka virtually saved Mikel Arteta's job a while ago, and I agree to that the argument. But things have been progressive. Things have moved on. Unfortunately, the growing injury struggles, the inconsistency, as made Smith-rowe fall down. For the lack of better term, in the pecking order or importance of him as a player for Arsenal. Unfortunately, the inconsistency of him being available is a major factor at the fact that Smith-rowe's services might have become what would the right term? how do I put it nicely? Because some of you will overly react. Let's take the fact. In the last 2 seasons, how many starts has Smith-rowe had? Maybe 7, maybe 8 in the last 2 seasons. You could argue injuries. Exactly. Availability is a great trait for a player to have. I don't care how good you are, how skillful you are, how wonderful you could be. If you're unavailable to perform, you are virtually useless. It sounds tough, it sounds rough, it sounds unsympathetic, but that's just a major fact. If you are not available to carry out your duty as a player, and the manager cannot plan with you for 38 games in the Premier League, cannot plan with you in the FA Cup, the Carling Cup, the Champions League. I'm sorry, no matter if you're from Haaland, we understand it. Even though what you've done in the past to save the Mikata's job, we understand that part. But we have to be progressive and move on. We cannot be stuck in the past or stuck on stupid. I admire Smith-rowe. I like the player. On his day, he can be unplayable on his day. But how many of those days have we seen in recent history? IG in the last 2 years. How many of those excellent performances from Smith-rowe have we seen in the last 2 years? How many of those performances have we seen? You cannot be piling pressure on the club and Mikel Arteta to win trophies, which are legitimate concerns. We need to win trophies. We need to move on. But you cannot accommodate players who cannot be part of the long-term plan to provide those trophies. You have to move them on and make space for players who can be consistent and be available and give us what we want. And Smith-rowe, unfortunately, it doesn't see. It's not pleasant for me to say this. I love him. I'm an Arsenal fan. I like Smith-rowe. I like the way he moved the ball, the skill set he provides. He has that relative stardust moment in his game. But unfortunately, injuries, unavailability has not helped him to progress in the last 2 years. And we have to move on. Unfortunately, you have to. I'm not being unsympathetic. I'm not being this vile. I'm not being this guy who cannot show understanding. Because you cannot call it for understanding, but yet we're piling pressure on Arteta and ask Arteta to show understanding to Smith-rowe, but we're not showing understanding to Mikel Arteta. It does not work that way. No, you're going to choose one. And football sometimes, not all the time, you have to make the tough decisions. You have to make, even in life, not just football, in life, you just have to make some tough decisions. Loving players, affinity to players is not just enough. Professionality and being available is very, very key to success in any facet of life. And Smith-rowe, for some reason, might not be due to his own doing, injuries have not helped him. And we have to, unfortunately, part ways in my objective opinion. In my objective opinion, we have to part ways. Going to the likes of Aston Villa or Brighton or West Ham, The pressure is not as high in those clubs in comparison to Arsenal. We are chasing down a juggernaut in Man City. We are trying to usurp Man City. We are trying to win the league. We are trying to win the Champions League. And you need players who are consistent, who can be available, who have quality and availability. Those are the key words. Those are the key mantra. Quality and availability. Not just quality. Quality is not good enough if the availability factor is not present. It's not. And Smith-rowe has shown in the last few years not to have the availability factor. Quality, we can debate that. I still think quality for the last 2 years he has pivoted a little bit, but he still have it. But the availability factor, there's no debate. He doesn't have it. Some of you say, "I'm glad I don't trust him. He has been fit for the last 15 games, but even though he had fit for the last 15 games, there is no trust that if you have played him for the last 15 games, he will have been fit. He picks up niggles here and there. Even though this season when he was fit and he played a few games, he still picked up a few niggles here and there. Unfortunately, you cannot plan with players like that. Look at players like Kai Havertz, Declan Rice. They were fit for the whole season. Availability and quality. That is the baseline for us if we want to compete seriously against Manchester City, win trophies, and maintain the high level. You need quality and availability. So for all those Smith-rowe stands and fans, you have to look at it logically, especially if you are an Arsenal fan. You have to be an Arsenal fan before a fan of any player. Arsenal should come first. The objectivity of Arsenal should come first before your attachment or affinity to any player. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying Smith-rowe, like the player, love the player to beat. See, I see the quality, but I don't see the availability. And it's time for us to make hard and tough decisions. Sell him this season. I just saw a debate the other day. People were saying, "Oh, I'd rather sell Fabio Vieira than Smith-rowe." I see the fact that Fabio Vieira too has his own injury concerns and woes, and I understand that. But Fabio Vieira was bought. Smith-rowe wasn't bought. The club will still show a bit of leniency and magnanimity towards Fabio Vieira because of the investment they made. Unlike Smith-rowe, who is an airline product, that should diminish the leniency to him, but you have to weigh. Let's be sensible. Like we have to weigh both. Selling Smith-rowe is pure profit. Selling Fabio Vieira, you might not get the money you invested back. So the incentive to keep him and see how this next thing progresses with Fabio Vieira is there. And in my personal opinion, some of you might disagree. Fabio Vieira has shown me more elite quality than Smith-rowe. That's subjective. Some of you might not agree, and I get that. But for what I've said for Fabio, there's a player in there. I'm not saying there's no player in there for Smith-rowe, but there's an elite player in there for Fabio Vieira, in my personal opinion. That each position that some of you are still debating, Kai Havertz cannot do it, this one cannot do it. I think the right run, Fabio there's a player in there. So back to the main topic with Smith-rowe. You can predict that the talks that's going to be held in the next few weeks regarding his futures will exit talks. I don't see Arsenal giving him another contract. I do not say there's no logic in giving him another contract. It's time he has 2 more years left on his contract. It's time to move him on, sell him, and get him the pure profit for FFP and to balance the books, in my humble opinion. If you disagree with that notion, let me know why you still want to keep Emile Smith-rowe for next season. Let me know. I would like to know. Maybe I'm missing something. Because objectively, you cannot confidently predict that Smith-rowe will be fit for next season. Even though he has done that groin surgery, it should be better. He still picks up those nagging injuries. You cannot assure me that you can plan for 38 games in the Premier League for the maybe six games or more in the Champions League or games in the Carling Cup or games in FA Cup with Smith-rowe. You can't confidently tell me you can plan long term with Smith-rowe. Unfortunately, I don't find solace in saying it, but the truth and the facts are the fact. And the fact is that it's time to make the most, especially financially, from moving Smith-rowe on. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. Like the video, very, very important. Subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video. You didn't hear me the first time. Subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. I will humbly appreciate those efforts about liking the video, subscribing, and making sure you turn on your notification bell. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section. If that it's disagree, let me know. Let me know respectfully why you disagree, why you think we should keep Smith-rowe, and you want us to sell him. Let me know why you think supporting my notion of selling him is the right reasons. Let me know in the comment section. So, guys, that'll be all for now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourself and bye for now.